Hello and welcome back to Ghost Island tutorial. So this session is going to focus on colliding with the tiles really. So in the previous session, previous video rather, we looked at how we can draw tiles onto our game using this tile palette. So yeah, you can draw tiles. In this session I'm just going to focus on how we can add colliders to the tiles and how we can use the existing code already, to just make sure the game detects collision with the tiles. Okay, so I'm just gonna first get rid of the tiles. Let me have a quick look if I'm live or not. Yep, I'm live. That's great. Okay, so we already have the collision set up, right? In the collision script, we already have this on trigger enter 2D, where if we collide with any item on the coin layer, we basically collect that object and get points off that. And if we collide anything from the baddie layer, we can just reload the scene. Now, in order to really make it simple or not have any more code, we can quite easily go to this Tilemap object from the hierarchy, okay? And we can change the layer from default to baddie. Okay, from default to baddie. This will register every time you're. So this is basically you setting the layer for the tiles as the baddie layer. Okay, so every time you run the game, the layer would be for the tiles. It would be as the baddie layer. Okay, so they're basically on the same layer. Now the only thing remaining for us to just add a collider so we can detect collision, so the collision can be registered and we can have a sort of interaction with the tiles. Okay, that's quite easy as well. So if you go back to the grid and tile map, add a tile collider component. Okay, I think that's tile collider, and obviously this is 2D. We don't really have three tiles in 3D anyways. So yeah, Tilemap colliders, if you add it, you'll get a lot of fancy, is my debug mode on? No. Fancy information, which we really don't need to care about, at least for this tutorial. We're not adding any physics material. Physics material is really helping, is a way for you to add friction, bounciness and stuff. We're not focusing on that. One thing you do, it may help out if you know this offset. This basically moves the tiles from collision. The collision boxes from the existing position to wherever you want. Now, they're normally quite accurate. I don't want to move them, so there's no offset. One other thing, we want this, if we really want to do something on the tiles as well, you can have add a script there, but we don't really necessarily need it because we already have the collision turned on. But it's a good practice to have this trigger turned on here as well, so the tile objects receive an is trigger event as well, just like our player does. So whenever our player receives an is trigger event, we do either one of these. If you wanted to, we could just script it on the tile map as well, which we don't need to do because we have the script ready and we have set the layer to baddie. Okay, so if I launch the game now, you'd see how now the tiles, as they are on the baddie layer, they kill you as well. They really don't kill you, it just reloads the scene. Okay, so this kind of goes, so if you have coins collected, and if you run into a tile, this would reset. Okay, so quite an easy tutorial. You just add tile colliders and you just set the layer to an existing layer. If you didn't have an existing layer that detects collision and does something with it, you could have just scripted this if you wanted to. But yeah, we had that ready, so I didn't really bother. The next part, we're going to focus on touch inputs, so we can move our character using our touch. So basically, if you click on the scene, the player will be able to move as well. Okay, so that's for the touch. That's for the next video, and yeah, that was all for this one. Bye bye, and see you in the next one. Bye.